Hello, my name is Laura Hattersley and this is the Kicking CASK podcast and this is episode 6. So this episode comes straight after Rare Disease Day, and so I'm going to give you a rundown of what happened in our CASK coalition partners around the world. So in France, Thierry, who is president of the French Association, he was actually on television. So he was interviewed to talk about CASK and about his family story by on French TV, which was in a show called Not So Rare on France 5, and you can find it now. If you look on their social media channels, you'll be able to see a run through of it. So that's incredible. And here in the UK, I took part in a webinar which was run by Avalere Health, which is a large health company. So I believe that was probably recorded, and there should be you should be able to see that now if you missed it. But yeah, it was a great opportunity to talk about my story, Sarah's story, and my hopes for the future of rare disease, the things that need to happen, how pharmaceutical companies need to start helping us, how the governments need to help us. So it's just really nice to kind of have the opportunity to tell our stories, and that's what Rare Disease Day is about, isn't it? It's about being able to tell our stories, to tell everybody that CASK exists, tell everybody that rare diseases exist, and that we need help. We need more funding, we need more backing, we need better policies in place to make sure that our children have a better future. Over in Australia, Giovi once again was extremely busy. She actually gave a speech on the 1st of March at a children's hospital where they're trying to create a centre of excellence for rare diseases. So in that speech was, I believe it was recorded, so you can see that if you follow their social media pages. That's ACNRF. Yeah, incredible for Giovi to stand up once again in front of so many people and bring our children's plight to the forefront, and hope that things will get better, things will change. In all these countries, we need more people prioritising rare diseases and, standing up in front of government officials and in clinical settings is so important. So thank you so much, Giovi, for bothering to go and do that for us. In America, Tara, who is director of ACNRF USA, she had her story featured in the official Rare Disease Day website. So have a look at that. That's incredible. I mean, Audrey's just amazing, her daughter Audrey. The things that they do, the lives they lead, really gives you hope, especially when you first get a diagnosis, because I think it can be overwhelming. And I know for me, I thought my life had ended, which obviously we know now isn't true, but I think for new families it can really seem that bad and it can really feel that bad. So it's really, really, really important to find positive stories and to see how people are still leading really positive and fulfilling lives. So Tara's story is fantastic, and follow Audrey on her social media pages, because she goes surfing and everything. It's just amazing. Sadly, that's all that happened in the US, because the official Rare Disease Day celebrations, I believe, were actually cancelled. And that is such a shame, because, as I've already said, the main reason for Rare Disease Day is really to hold governments to account and to get policy change. So here in the UK, we have meetings at Parliament. At Westminster, where MPs attend and the health ministers attend, and that is, the main part, I guess, of Rare Disease Day here in the UK. I went last year. I didn't go this year. I'll try and attend next year, and that kind of thing is replicated around the world, and that's when change actually happens, because we all need to come together, and we need policy change, basically, because we can't do this by ourselves. And for that to have been cancelled in the US is pretty devastating. And I'm certainly not going to talk about US politics, because I'm not an American, I'm not an expert, and I don't actually want to go there. But that might be why things seemed a little bit quieter in the US on Rare Disease Day, because people weren't able to go to Washington and to have those conversations that they would normally have had. So hopefully next year, hopefully it was just postponed and not actually cancelled. So that's all our Rare Disease Day news. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes. Oh, the other thing was the t-shirts were, and the jumpers that I've got mine on now. If you are listening with the video, you can see it. This isn't a Rare Disease Day one. This is just a general CASK disorders one. Yeah, they've gone down really well, and they're now being sold. The shops in the US are getting sorted, so you'll be able to buy all the same merchandise over in the US as well. The shop here in the UK, we can ship to Europe. Obviously, it's a little bit more pricey, but not as much as you would expect. And yeah, they've been selling really, really well. And then, although we had like a specific Rare Disease Day one, it doesn't actually say Rare Disease Day. You can wear it anytime. My son absolutely loves it because he loves anything with the dragonfly on. So yeah, if you haven't had a look, check them out, because everybody seems to love them. So, and obviously all the profits go to CASK research, whether it's in the US or Australia or in the UK, wherever you decide to buy them from. So yeah, but it's, as we were saying on social media, it's a conversation starter. That's the main importance. It's not about the profit. We make like £2, I think, from each of the garments. It's about people seeing something with enough information on for them to start asking those questions. So, you know, what is CASK? Why do you have a dragonfly on your top? That kind of thing. So that's why it's so important actually to be wearing them, and yeah, just enabling people to ask you questions and being happy to answer those questions. In other news, our Rare Disease Day kind of theme campaign, that's the word, was Get Ready, Stay Hopeful, and that was all about making sure that everybody was updating their Rare X records. So that is obviously for the long-term plan of having enough data for clinical trials when they come around, and also just for researchers to have enough data to research. We now have, I'm very, very excited to say, we have 46 curatable genetic reports from the CASK community. 46 genetic reports, basically. That's amazing. They are all unique mutations that researchers can now look at. So that is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you, because it is a bit of a faff trying to get them and then trying to upload them. And there's another reason, which we didn't know at the time when we started this campaign, but as you may have heard, Rare X, which is our registry, the global registry, it's not just ours, it's the community's, it's everybody's, has won $1.5 million grant from the Chan-Zuckerberg Foundation. So thank you, Chan-Zuckerberg Foundation. And that is to investigate the use of AI into analysing all this data, which will make everything super quick and would give the communities like us information much more easily, much more speedily, and kind of much more coherently, so you don't need to be an expert going into the back end of these systems. So it's only going to have good things for us. And they're doing a pilot study to obviously work out how this all works, you know, to create this system. And they are doing neurological disorders, which is amazing. And CASK, I believe, because we have so many participants, because you guys have been amazing, is eligible for this pilot study. However, one of the stipulations is that there needs to be for patients, it doesn't need to be every patient, but there needs to be a large enough number of patients who have updated their surveys to basically give like a progression of symptoms and prognosis. So if you've registered like a year ago and you did loads of the surveys and then you haven't looked at it since, now is the time to update them, because that will make us more eligible. So if we only have like 5 people who have bothered to update their surveys on an annual basis, then that's not gonna probably put us in the running for this. So please, this is so important. We could get so much information, and if we have information about our community, researchers are interested in us. So that's why everybody should be doing this. So please get on to Rare X. So that's it. We're just coming to 10 minutes, so I think I will stop there, and hope everybody's got a bit of spring sunshine, and see you again soon. Bye.